Hey guys, so you're looking for the channel that covers all things photography, you're in the right place. Hit the subscribe button now. Hey guys, I'm Jade Honing from Photo Factor. Welcome to chapter 5 of getting to know some Photoshop basics. In this 3-part series, we're going to talk a little bit about adjustments. Now, what do adjustments do? Adjustments enables you to isolate just a particular area of your image and apply specific edits only to that confined space. And so once you have made the selection, only that area will be impacted by your edits, i.e. applying a filter, painting in that space, or even making a new layer of that specific area. So let me illustrate to you what I'm talking about. Let's dive straight in. And so in this session, we're only going to be covering some of the basics of selections, and we're not going to be focusing on any of the precise selection tools. So let's start with the Marquee Tool, which you'll find here in the tools bar to the left. It's the second tool here. If you hover your cursor over the tool, it will confirm that for you, the rectangular Marquee Tool. And if you hold down Control on your keyboard, you'll notice here there is an option to give you an elliptical version of that tool. But for now, we're just going to work on the rectangular option. And I have this image open here of a product range of candles. And in order to demonstrate what the Marquee Tool does, I want to isolate this square box or rectangular box that sits here almost in the middle. And the way to activate the tool, I want to click more or less on where this product begins or ends. And I just click and drag, and I start to pull this Marquee Tool over that area like that. Maybe it would be wiser if we just zoomed in a little bit, and we can do that by heading on over to the zoom tool. Click on the area a few times to make it larger. Go back to the Marquee Tool. And so we just click and drag over this area. And once you're happy with where you've made the selection, you can let go. Notice I've included an area outside of the box, which is not really what I want to be editing. So whilst staying on the Marquee Tool, I can head up over here to the Options toolbar. And if I hover my mouse over these different options, you'll see here I can add to the selection, or subtract from the selection, or intersect with the selection. So we want to subtract, so we click on here, and you'll see a little minus appears next to the cursor. And so if I click and drag again, I can now subtract from that selection. I want to do the same thing at the top here, like so. Okay, and so now we've subtracted some of the areas we don't want. We obviously have part of the box here that we still want to include, and part of the background here that we want to exclude. Now the Marquee Tool is not ideal for this. So we can head on over here to the Lasso tool, and same story. If you command click on this tool, you'll notice there's a few other options here. For now, we've got it on a straight edge option. We're going to select that one. Head on back over to our selection. Same story. On the options toolbar here, we can add to the selection, we can subtract to the selection. For now we want to add, so we just click on there and head on over here maybe to the bottom. I'm going to click, let go of the mouse, drag to the area I want to include, click again. I want to direct the lasso tool in this direction, click again, come down, and if I just double click, it will snap to where I began. And so now we want to subtract this area here, and probably this little area here too. So I head on over back to the options bar, and now click on this option, come back to the selection. Let's maybe just zoom in a little bit, and we head on over to this side. We missed some of the box here. And notice if we zoom in, and if we zoom in, you can see a bit more accurately what we have maybe missed or need to still include. Right, so once we're happy, we can zoom out again. And let's say we just want to make this box a little bit lighter. And so we can head on over to Image, Adjustments, Brightness and Contrast. Up pops a little dialog box, and by adjusting the sliders, we can make adjustments to just that area. Maybe take out a little bit of contrast, and we can click on the preview icon here, on and off, to see how it was and how it is now after the adjustments. I'm happy with that, and I go on and click OK. And now, so what if I want to edit outside of the image? I can now head on over to Select, and I'll scroll on down to Inverse, click on that, and notice how the selection is now outside of this box area, and you can see that by way of what is known also as these marching ants. We've got the marching ants, which has selected the box as per our original selection, and now we have marching ants running around the outside, including the entire image. We can head on over here to Image, Adjustments, Brightness and Contrast, maybe pull down the brightness a little bit of the outside area, up the contrast slightly. Again, we can toggle on and off. And so once I'm happy with that, I click on OK. And so it's important now to just deselect so that any further adjustments I want to do is not limited only to either this area or this area. So to do that, I just head on over to Menu, up to Select, scroll on down to Deselect. Notice the keyboard shortcuts here. It's telling me that if I press Command on a Mac keyboard or Control on a Windows keyboard and D, it will perform this action for me. And so now I'm happy with what I've done to my image. And so as to not to save over the original, I can head on over here to File, go down to Save As, give the image title a new name, Candles Adjustment, and hit save. And so I hope you can see how by making selections to parts of your image, you're able to make far more fine-tuned adjustments to the overall look and feel of your image. There's a lot more to learn about this topic though, so in our next video, I'm going to share with you how to make use of the quick selection tool, as well as expand a little bit more on the lasso tool. If you've gotten value out of this video, do give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button to stay tuned for more tutorials, and head on over to the next video, and I'll see you there.